Those who play the high toss are in jeopardy.
And he's one of them. He's in that that Lendl mode. Throws it really high.
Love 15.
Sometimes in an event like this, you're playing at midnight. You're playing at 5, you're playing at 6, you're playing at 11, you're playing at 12.
And the next day sometimes. Del Potro had to play basically 3 days in a row. He had to play Roddick, and then it was postponed because of the rain, and then he had to play Roddick again, finish that emotional match, and then play.
Big serve from Berdych.
To go right into the Djokovic match.
Von Lendl, the relatively new coach of Andy Murray.
And that's the most excited you'll see him the entire match.
30-15.
That was jubilant, actually.
That was right.
A lot of movement in the arena. Berdych looks ready. Andy Murray has had a couple of moments during this U.S. Open where he's grabbed his leg and it looked as though it might be an injury, and then he said, no, it's a cramp, and then it looks like it's an injury, and no, it's a cramp. Game point.
Replace the point. Yeah, I know that, but it beat because of the wind.
Now we got jets flying overhead, and the net is beeping because of the wind. And
first service.
Part of the U.S. Open experience right now, both of these players.
Good.
Berdych.
And Berdych holds.
First game.
You know, you mentioned the U.S. Open experience. If they did have a U.S. Open ride at a theme park, it would be
Space Mountain.
It would be a little Space Mountainish, I think. Yeah, in the dark, right?
I had no idea it was a first serve. I was standing inside the baseline.
Andy Murray.
Look at Andy Murray's shirt. It's pressed against his chest. Just to give you an idea, the wind is blowing toward Andy Murray's face, but his shirt is blowing this way. So the wind hits the wall of the seats and comes back, and who knows what it does then.
Remember, you got the tunnels too that are, where the people come in and out.
Right.
Love 15.
15-0.
How about what happened on this court last night? There's Serena Williams taking on a top 10 player, Sara Errani. And Errani could not compete. And after the match, she was talking about how she's played a lot of men, and a lot of men don't hit like Serena. Ace from Murray.
30-15.
What I've been impressed with is Serena since the Olympics. She's not losing games. I think she's lost 19 games the entire championship here in singles. And if you go all the way back through her Olympic run, she beat Sharapova like 0-1 in the finals in that gold medal match.
$40-15.
40-15.
I mean, look, there was not a chance that Sara Errani was going to win the match. I mean, and it's not as though, she was 35th or something like that. We're talking a top 10 player.
Errani reached the finals of the French Championships this year.
Right.
Yep. She's in the finals of the doubles. Errani with her partner, Vichy. She's the #1 doubles player in the world. And you see right away, look at that. Throws the toss up and the wind just takes it.
3 feet.
This is where, as a player, you've got to be very careful with that toss. You're more conservative than your normal approach, just because your timing can be affected. You bring in your targets a little bit closer to the center, not as close to the line.
$40-30. Murray.
So the serves are solid so far. 1-all.
Way to track down the drop shot. And then the athletic move to hit this high backhand volley for the winner.
Love 15. Love 15.
Throwing a jack. Conservative they're playing. I mean, it's like a warm-up. They can't get the ball back. It's so windy down there. They're having to use the entire court. Look at that. And then you got the planes coming over top.
All of a sudden now the jet's coming in. Yeah, it's very hard to concentrate.
Murray had to slice a forehand. I mean, it was in the center of the, and he had to push it back to the middle of the court.
And they just played a drop shot too in the last game.
Now, if these guys are having trouble, can you imagine a club player?
15.
They're right there. Nice overhead, very tricky with that wind.
30.
The sun is at his back. And the key for that overhead is to get your racket up. Don't have a wind up. Already have it loaded and prepared on your shoulder. Move your feet into position if you don't like it, where you can take it out of the air with the confidence. Let it drop, and then you hit it. Berdych with a lot of confidence in that overhead. A lot of confidence in his toss. We've seen that now from both players. It's the right thing to do in the wind. You need a low toss, a big conservative target. He steps back, steps off the starting blocks.
$30-14.
Here's your breakpoint opportunity for Andy Murray. Just surviving on that side with a lot of slices, general shots down the middle.
Yes.
The sun comes out.
Berdych. Yes. Advantage, Berdych.
serve 120 miles an hour. Scratch that 133. The condition's not affecting the power and muscle he throws into that serve. Notice his knee bend. He gets a lot of lower body power in there. Pushes up through his legs.
Yes.
No real emotion there. Just walked away.
And that's a really good sign for Burditch. Just to let it go. Your main battle right now is the element. The element of the wind. Finding your timing. Andy Murray's just struggling also, dealing with the elements.
Let for service. Advantage, Burditch.
Another shot for Burditch to hang on. So what do you think? Is this going to get a chance to be a Super Saturday?
In these conditions, I think we survived this Saturday, to be perfectly honest.
Survivor Saturday.
Yeah. U.S. Open Island out here. Who's going to be able to just tough it out? See
that just blew over his head. Not yet.
Yes.
This match is not going to be about winners or aces, miles per hour. It's going to come down to the one stat, unforced errors. Who makes the least amount of unforced errors? And in that category, Murray's winning right now 7-1.
Advantage, Murray.
One unforced error for the match this early on from Andy Murray. 7 now from Burditch.
You can hear the wind, and you can see the clouds blowing across the court.
Yeah. He had to move his feet out of the way. Ball went right down the middle of the court. And he comes in. Look at this. Inside out. falling on his back, on his heels, falling backwards.
It's been a long game. Just out.
Advantage Murray.
So far, it's a 12-minute game. It's so early, but it feels like a swing moment.
Again, Murray.
And Murray gets through with the service break. And he'll be serving 2-1 in the first set here in the men's singles semifinal of the U.S. Open. But Murray with the service break.
Take your seat, please. Thank you.
Crowd continues to file in. It's odd, the upper deck is almost more full than the lower bowl.
Players are ready. Any seat from now. Thank you.
There was a tornado warning here,
A touchdown in Queens.
Borough of Queens, and that doesn't happen very often. This is not exactly Tornado Alley.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, players are ready. Take any seat from now. Thank you very much.
I'm sure the ushers love that. Just take any seat.
Law 15.
One thing you have to expect, Luke, is that
15
Van
okay.
Lendl has helped Andy Murray with preparation.
Looking for areas to really help Andy Murray. Mental toughness. Moving forward, to be honest, emotional stability.
15,
Murray
30.
has always struggled in moments with his emotions. Lendl just is so stoic. Just a mountain of mental toughness. And he, early on in Lendl's career, wasn't. I mean, he folded in big situations in around the same age, same time in their careers. Lendl won that one major at the French against Johnny Mack, where he was down and had to fight his way back.
Fatio.
out.
Boy, he gives his break
30,
right
40.
back. It just kills his momentum right there. He fought so hard to get a break.
His hat got blown off.
He fall off faster.
Like the ball. He hit the ball and then the cap fall down.
In my opinion.
No. What kind of opinion could be this? I mean, he's hitting the ball and he's losing the cap.
I don't know. Are you 100%? I'm not 100% sure.
You are hitting the ball, losing the cap.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I'm saying, are you 100% sure? 100% sure that it was on the ground when it came? If it was, how many play the fight?
It's like when the ball is coming. The ball doesn't have to be on the floor, and the ball is just in the floor.
I'm just asking if you're 100% sure.
I'm not sure for that.
This is unbelievable.
Well, Murray is doing the right thing here. He is just asking, are you sure it really disrupted your shot?
There's no way it disrupted him from playing this drop shot.
No, it's for Berdych. Watch it. Watch Berdych right here. See? That's on the ground. But to me, Berdych doesn't have a play on it.
That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, Andy is...
He's not getting there.
No way.
Oh, that is totally lame. But anyway, Murray does the sportsman thing.
Murray challenged the call on the
That is
left
so
baseline.
unfortunate. Look at that.
Ball was called out.
Now what?
Nonsense thing.
Murray's going to take his hat off.
Game, verdict.
Well, you just don't see players negotiating like that.
2 games only. Murray has 2 chances from
It
him.
allows Berdych to break back. And now after the match, after the semifinal match, we're going to be talking about Andy Murray's hat blowing off?
All the chair umpire had to say was you weren't going to get to the shot and you did not have a play on the ball.
Exactly.
It didn't matter if he took his shirt off. It wasn't going to make a difference in Berdych's ability to get to that shot.
No.
But there's an umpire. Not choosing the right words at the right time to make the right decision.
15 up.
And then Andy gets involved, which you should never get involved. It's just between Berdych and the chair umpire. That's it.
I mean, that's a fairly major moment in the match. And I have to say, for Berdych to play that card,
He was totally reaching. He was absolutely reaching. And he got lucky. I mean, there's no way that should have happened.
and Berdych was 100% sure that the hat affected the shot. They're not the same color. They weren't in the same area.
Thank you. Fatilov. 40 love. Game.
And now after
Burditch.
a critical point on Murray's serve,
Burditch
Burditch
leads.
breaks,
3-2.
holds, and he's up 3-2 in the first set.
Andy Murray about to serve 2-3 in the opening set. We've had an absolutely bizarre occurrence. Andy Murray made a fabulous drop shot, and in the process of making it, his hat blew off. Tomas Burditch challenged the chair umpire and then challenged Andy Murray that the hat affected his ability to play the shot. Murray conceded. They replayed the point. The point went to Burditch. Service broke, and so we're back on serve. That's why.
Murray wasn't going to give it to him. He just wanted to say,
59.
are you 100% sure this affected your shot, your play on the ball? Burditch never really answered it.
Right.
No, are you 100%? And it just got in the confusion of the three men.
Anyway, that's where we are. Wind blowing, planes flying, rain, tornado warning, a lot of stuff going on.
Fertilov.
And from what we've seen and heard at this U.S. Open, this is Andy Murray's crowd.
He's really gotten a lot of support throughout the 2 weeks here.
Yeah.
That's 15. Let that's it.
Well, Murray has really shortened his toss, hasn't he? About 2 feet over his head.
He really has to, because now the debris is flying. Check this out. He can't find a toss he can rely on. And I just want to move this forward to the women's final. Serena's hair, that it's going to turn into a windsock. You see at airports?
She's going to have to tie it down.
Yeah.
She really is.
Absolutely.
Or she may blow away.
That's right. That's right. There's Azarenka's strategy right there. Boy, for this journey for Andy Murray, this tournament, think about it. He was down a set in 5-1 in the previous round of Cilic and a set point before digging your way out of that. Now he's got to deal with this. It's up a break, gets away. for a tennis player, of all the elements, the wind is the roughest.
Yes.
Your timing is thrown off. You've got to really be conservative. You've got to move your feet into position a little bit more. Everything's unpredictable.
And yet, in the history books, we'll just have the score.
Yeah.
It won't say, and it was really windy, and there were planes flying overhead. That was very symbolic when Andy Murray took his hat off.
Murray.
That was as if to say to Berdych, okay, you don't have this excuse anymore.
Well, one of the things, and I don't know if the umpire pointed it out, but if a ball comes out of your pocket during the point, it's a warning, or a hat comes off like this, what the umpire will do is, okay, here's your warning. If it happens again, you lose a point. So that may be in play also.
Let for service.
And Murray's always complaining about his shoes or the pockets sometimes, and he's always kind of annoyed. And I don't know if you noticed, but he was so mad at his hat, and he threw his hat down like the hat. A hat malfunction, and there's a nice hold, not just for the score in this first set, but the emotion to kind of get back onto the board, get moving in the right direction. He was up 2-1, loses 2 straight games, crazy games, but at least now we're even, and you're battling the elements once again.
And he was just smiling moments ago.
There's Andy Murray with a beautiful 2-shot pass. Anyone who misses a passing shot on that very first ball should really, really get hammered, because all you're trying to do on that first one is to get the ball low and allow Berdych to make a decision. A ball with no pace below the net. He tries to play a little cute shot too close to the line, and the wind takes it out. Berdych has gotten all the breaks. All the breaks so far this first set. That was just a survivor shot. That, you know, that one slice backhand.
Looks like Murray may have tweaked something there. He didn't get that bounce. Look at the stat sheet. forehand winners, backhand winners for both players. Can't
Nothing. Yeah.
What's up with that?
Well, you can't hit a winner out here. You can't go for the lines because the wind will, you can't be so precise. You got, both players. I mean, Murray has hit 4 winners. Berdych has hit 5. Berdych has hit only 1 forehand winner the entire set. They're really not even hitting the ball, are they? I mean, they're just kind of guiding it in.
40-30.
And almost just trying to go either, cross court or down the line. Pros like to play the ball about 2 feet from the sideline or 2 feet from the baseline. That's, how accurate these guys are. I don't think I've ever heard a U.S. Open with the wind this loud.
I mean, this is really blowing.
They have the sky cam here normally. They've elected today not to use it. The camera that hangs by 3 wires right above the heads of the players and the fans.
Retired. Looking at some of the fans near some of the entrances here on the upper deck, and I mean, they are holding on to everything. Glasses, hats. Sounds like an earthquake.
Yeah. It hasn't affected the miles per hour on the Berdych serve. His fastest has been 133.
Great serve, but he can't follow it up.
So hard to hit a volley in that part. He's about no man's land, which is around the service line, and it's a delicate shot because you can't be that aggressive with it because you're so far away from the net. You got that modern swing volley, so your timing's got to be perfect. Go with a traditional volley, which is a block volley, but even then you've got to be so precise.
Incoming weather, which I guess they feel is definite, is going to postpone the women's final until tomorrow. And obviously, as soon as we find out what time the women's final is, I mean, we have the women's doubles final that is supposed to go tomorrow as well.
Berdych.
So Berdych holds.
New balls, please.
Things are definitely being affected by the wind. 4-3. Berdych in the first set.
First set.
Ivan Lendl, the coach of Andy Murray, watching his great championship days came at Armstrong. And now he's watching Andy Murray try to go just as he did. 0 for 4 in Grand Slam finals for a first Grand Slam championship at the U.S. Open on Ash. We've had all sorts of crazy weather things go on, and the one lasting thing that we have is wind, and it's affecting this match in a big, big way. Anyway, Murray's about to serve. 3-4.
Andy Murray has 8 unforced errors.
15 up, 15 up.
Berdych 14. They're not counting that last return as an unforced error, but a forced error because of the slice serve being so effective.
Touch it up. Touchy 15.
Had a good chance to return that, just missed it.
Real dangerous moment now for Andy Murray. If you're Berdych, you really try to strike. You're up 4-3. You're 2 points from a break. If you get a second serve, maybe you go for a winner. Really surprise Murray.
Ace. Second of the match. Those have been rare.
Even a simple shot like that, just a defensive lob, which is really the highest percentage shot you can hit. You're not doing anything with it. It's high over the net. And Murray, all he's trying to do is put it in the court, anywhere in the court, and the wind just plays havoc with it. He's got to be very careful here. He's got to be very, very smart and patient. This is where Berdych had to roll the dice right here on the second serve. He tries. He goes for a big forehand. His second serve only 90 miles an hour in the middle of the box. Remember, it was the forehand that really paid off big time in the Federer match in the previous round. Big forehands cross court and down the line.
reflexes.
Murray. Fog him so.
That's a big hold. I think maybe the wind is dying down just a little bit.
Enough. 50 enough. Thirty love. Murray challenge the corner on the right far side. Ball was going.
For as windy as it is, Berdych is serving 73% of first serves in. Murray 68.
40 love.
Berdych has no aces for the set. Murray has 2.
Yikes.
2 double faults for both players in this set. 40 love doesn't hurt you. It's that 30 all double fault. 15-30 double fault. Break point double fault.
Come back for Andy Murray. He hit that one shot, Luke, and then did a 360 and recovered to play it at the other end of the baseline.
Well, he had so much momentum going to that side. Look at this. And then he just rips around. He's very quick on his feet. A lot of people watch the ball go back after Andy Murray hits it. What you need to do from time to time is just isolate on Andy Murray between shots, and you can really see him just defend and move and adjust to all the power that's coming after him.
And the comeback stalls. So, Berdych holds. Murray serving 4-5. 1 hour into this semifinal. Men's semifinal. Harsh weather apparently coming. Women's final postponed until tomorrow. More details later. This is Al Trautman along with Luke Jensen. Do you have a feel for who's winning this match? I mean, I know Berdych is 5-4, but you know what I mean.
I just think it's the survival. I mean, who is really surviving right now? Statistically, if you look at the offense, I really believe on Burditch is serving a lot better than I anticipated, considering his high toss. He's been able to adjust to it a little bit, make it a little bit lower, efficient. But it's the errors. 16 unforced errors from Burditch, 8 for Murray. Murray's always going to have a very low number. He's very stingy with his errors. But that one moment where he basically gave away his serve, he was up a break early, and that hat flew off, and he just wanted to do the right thing, and it just cost him.
Can't get there.
Love 15.
For Burditch, this is his first U.S. Open semifinal, but I don't see any nerves. I see him very confident, and this is a shot that shows it. Just driving through the wind. He's having to try to thread the needle here, and he trusts his shot here. Look at that drive. The transfer of body momentum. Just outstanding.
Now Murray has to be very careful.
Love 13.
And the crowd will remind him of that. There's no way in the world that any Andy Murray fan thought that a Grand Slam dream would end to Thomas Burditch. Nadal, Djokovic, Federer, okay. He's got one back.
15, 13.
It is just spooky how the clouds are just moving across this court. You see the sun just come through from time to time. Burditch is not afraid to hit that forehand. This ball really not up in the strike zone to hit it. It was below the net. So what you really want to do is put some top spin on it and place it in the corner. But he's got a go for it mindset right now, having the lead at 5-4. Still within striking distance of the set, 2 points away.
Here's the forecast for New
40,
York for this afternoon. Windy with thunderstorms, perhaps severe, damaging winds, large hail, and possibly a tornado with some storms.
Welcome to Super Saturday here at the U.S. Open.
I get the feeling we all did something wrong.
Murray.
And Murray holds.
Burditch is going to kick himself if he watches this match back. That opportunity right there. If this set slides away, and Burditch is going to look back at that moment, this entire game, he had a real good look to really win this set.
It's really blowing again. I think if Burditch looks back on this set, he'll feel bad that he did what he did when the hat blew off.
Boy, that toss looked bad. I mean, that just... You don't swing at those tosses. You just honestly just catch it, tee it up again. Unbelievable.
Let. Second serve.
He chased that one.
He
too.
did.
He chased it.
Fifteen off.
You can hear Andy Murray anywhere in the court. Just anywhere in the court. That's your mindset when you're playing in the wind. Anywhere in the court. Just put the ball in. Do not make a mistake. Look at Murray, so mad he's throwing his racket. He just put the ball in play. He's just saying, it's that Berdych is not making a mistake. Berdych isn't giving him any freebies. Nice forehand. One of those days. You're just going to have to battle.
Thirty 15. Let. First service. Forty 15. Game. Berdych.
So Berdych holds, and now Murray has to do likewise
Berdych leads.
to try
16.
and send this first set to a tiebreak.
First set.
Both players amazingly doing well with their first serve. Very tight first set. Andy Murray had the early break, and then Berdych broke back amid some controversy when Andy Murray's hat blew off in the middle of a point. Screams out at the mishit.
Love 15.
That was kind of forced. Berdych starting to really hit that ball with a lot of pace. Look at the depth, and then Murray just can't seem to get underneath this ball and use his strings. Hits it off the side of the frame.
two might as well be playing on an aircraft carrier at this point.
15 all.
Watch what Burditch does here. The ball is coming right at him. He's set up, and look, the ball just stops. And he's, you know what I mean? The ball normally comes right up into a strike zone, but then the wind takes it and pulls it right out.
15 all. Murray is punching himself in the head.
15-30.
What's the craziest conditions you ever played in?
Something similar to this in Wellington, New Zealand. They had power lines right over the head of the stadium court with these types of winds. And if you've ever been to New Zealand, I mean, it is so windy down there. And down there it's just normal, so the locals just say you play through it. Just deal with it.
This first set is in jeopardy.
15-40.
Tomas Berdych unlikely to beat Roger Federer. Tomas Berdych unlikely U.S. Open finalist.
That 30-40.
The first set goes to Tomas Berdych. 7-5. A prolonged first set, and it goes to Tomas Berdych over Andy Murray, 7-5. All sorts of excuses built in: rain, weather, tornado, delay, wind,
hail,
possible. But Berdych takes it.
Berdych's temperament dealing with all this. For a guy who's already had an extraordinary tournament beating Roger Federer in the previous round, never been to this moment in his U.S. Open career, semifinals, and dealing with all these elements, and a very tenacious defender in Andy Murray, pretty much throwing big shots from time to time, taking his serve, not double faulting, only 2 double faults in the match. And I jinx him and he serves a third. Now he's serving into the sun on that side, so now add that element to the mix. But his composure, normally he's a hothead. Normally he kind of goes off the rails from time to time.
Look at that.
Borba, can you get the throw, please?
Good. What a point.
Murray just playing his tail off here. Has to run out to his forehand side just to get the ball back into play. The wind keeps it in. And look at this shot right here. Boom, that backhand volley, short angle. Here's your triple break point opportunity. First game of the second. Murray looking to strike back. Only 64 miles an hour. But had a lot of spin on it, and a lot of safety and margin. Big target.
Gets the game. Could be the foundation to build on for the second set.
And here are your stats. You look at that first serve percentage, pretty good for both players. But it was really the defining moments. Break points won. That second one was so critical. And of course, if you take the first one converted for Berdych, that was on that really weird hat play and really got him back on serve early on in the match. But this is the composure I'm talking about. He just lost his serve, but he's so, he's quick on his toes. He wants to get right back into it. He's not down on himself. Murray takes a practice toss for the win and the sun.
Sun is bright right now. Putting up the local weather forecast. later on tonight in this area, things are going to get crazy. That's why they postponed the women's final. And apparently also earlier today there was a tornado in a neighborhood called Breezy Point in Brooklyn. Which I would say, as the crow flies, 15 miles from here.
What a nice couple of games for Andy Murray.
Murray leads 2 games.
Sometimes a player gets a little bit tight, especially in these situations with so many elements you're dealing with that get so conservative. And after the first set, win or lose, you just kind of come out of your shell. You loosen up a little bit, and he gets that early break, holds that love with a forehand winner cross court, and maybe we start to see some better tennis from him, more offensive tennis from Andy Murray. After he hits this forehand, he runs to the net because he knows Andy Murray is going to play a defensive shot that's going to float. And that's a confidence shot. That forehand volley in these conditions, to just stick it to the sideline. The level of play is starting to pick up just a little bit. They're feeling their game a little bit better. They're dealing with the elements. That first set was just kind of a feeling out period for both players. Not to mention that the start time was delayed because of the rain. So just a lot of disruption for both of these players. They're warming up inside instead of outside. You know, just all the little things that go into the timing and tempo and rhythm for any player.
Murray's not finished yet.
14-13.
So just the third game of the second set. He's already hit 3 forehand winners. Only hit 2 in the entire first set.
Now he's finished, but he's still up a break in the second set. After losing the first set 7-5, Murray leads 2-1. Heavy wind continues to make things difficult here at Arthur Ashe Stadium Court in New York City. A pretty major storm rolled through here this morning. A tornado touched down in nearby Brooklyn And more storms are expected tonight, enough to have the women's final move to tomorrow. Not sure what the schedule is exactly yet. You can hear it, you can see it, and numerous shots have been affected by the wind. Andy Murray to serve, up 2-1. Amazing. One moment it was there, the next moment it was gone.
15 up.
That's a serve. Wow. Andy Murray has lowered his toss to almost being not a toss, but he's up 30 love. Look at how fast that cloud moved across the court. Andy Murray might be on the way to holding serve easily here. It's good. What a shot. And he does hold.
New ball, please. Murray leads 3-2.
And from right below us here, someone's baseball hat just blew off their head, and I'm going to say went down about 20 rows. And now people are trying to figure out whose head it came off of.
Sean Connery is wearing one of those straw hats in the president's box. I don't know how that stays on.
Yeah, really.
Only 79 miles an hour on that serve. Andy Murray doesn't move his feet into position on that backhand ground stroke, so he starts hitting his legs with his fist, trying to just wake his legs up. But this is where you can really go after a game if you're Andy Murray. You're up 3-1, even though you've dropped the first set 7-5, you've got kind of a run in you right now. You held fairly easily. Now you can really take some chances. Debris is really going everywhere, and that's just what you see on the court. The stuff in the upper decks is phenomenal, coming out of the tunnels where the food vendors are. It's like a plastic bag. It's about to land on the court. Look at the size of this bag. This started from the upper deck where we are.
Nicely done by the chair umpire to just stop that right in the middle of things. And now the bag is back in the upper deck. And now it's heading back to the court. And a fan just grabbed it out of midair.
You know, this year the fans get to keep all the debris.
Very nice.
Licensed by the U.S. Open and the USTA.
Andy Murray steps up. Maybe he's sensing that opportunity you talked about.
He hit that really magnificent volley a couple of games ago, and I think that really kind of gave him some confidence to start moving forward a little bit more. Nice forehand volley, little drop volley. Key to that shot is really loosen up your grip, fingers, and let the racket kind of take the pace off the ball and hit that delicate shot.
Good.
Murray starts with a drop shot here. Watch this. He cuts underneath the ball. Berdych comes up. And watch this. Now Berdych even anticipates it. He starts running back. Can't put enough steam behind that overhead. And there's Murray with the open court winner.
Berdych turning the ball on the right service line. Ball was called out.
It's an interesting challenge because I think he believes it is out, but he's going for it anyway. Wow. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Berdysha, 2 changes remaining.
Here's your break point for the double break. Andy Murray really could take advantage of this point and run away with the second.
Murray challenging the ball on
I
the
think
right
this is a good
service
challenge.
line. Ball was calling.
Let's watch it together.
30 all.
Oh well.
40 all.
Do we lose challenges?
I'm on a bad
Murray,
streak.
2 changes remaining.
My first week was horrible. I just quit. Just stopped after the first week. I just packed my bags in the challenge department.
Murray.
Another double fault on Deuce.
It was wind aided. Doesn't go his way. Murray gets the game, and he now has a significant lead in the second set. 4 games to 1 here in the men's semifinal. Looks like Andy Murray has every intention of evening this semi-final match. He's just broken Tomas Berdych and now will serve 4-1 in the second set. This is Al Trautwig along with Luke Jensen with you. One more semifinal match to come after this one. The women's final scheduled for tonight has been postponed because of incoming bad weather that looks on the map like it's pretty much a sure thing. Well, it took Andy Murray a while to get into this match, and you know when you're leading a set like this, do you look back and beat yourself up for not doing a better job in the first set?
I don't think you have time.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
You know, after the match is over, you can sit with your coaching staff, and Yvonne Lendl will go over, let's break this thing apart. Let's maybe check out the videotape on this. But for right now, Andy Murray's just looking forward and saying, you know, I just like the way he came out after losing the first set. And then, boom, early break, and he kept running, got a second break. And I think that's the big difference with Andy Murray now compared to even a year ago. Emotionally, he would have let it linger. Now he just gets rid of the set and he moves forward. And now, because of that emotional toughness, he's in the driver's seat here in the second set.
See Andy Murray flap his hands in the air. That toss just got blown away.
15-30.
We called a match a few rounds ago with Milos Raonic and Andy Murray. And Murray was just spot on with these passing shots, just like that. He was hitting all of his marks, all of his targets. Berdych is letting Murray off the hook a little bit in this game on that forehand. Pretty routine inside the baseline.
Left corner measured for sure.
40-30.
So much different this set than last, and now Berdych will serve 1-5.
Now the strategy for Berdych is to make sure you hold serve here, because what you don't want to happen is Murray break you, continue this roll, start serving in the third set with all this momentum. You want to somehow establish some rhythm in your service game. Put the ball back on the other side. I think Murray's just playing better. I mean, start of the second set, throughout this entire run, he's just played better than Berdych. That was not the case in the first set. I felt both players were spending a lot of time in the first set worried about the wind and the elements. Now it's really been all business. Both of these guys taking advantage of short balls. When you play Andy Murray, you're going to run down a lot of different shots. And one of them you better be prepared to run down is a drop shot.
Just missed it. Good.
way back behind the baseline, Berdych really unleashes a forehand with a lot of pace and depth. Almost out of desperation, he hits that forehand nice and deep. Another test for Berdych and his mental toughness. We saw it in the Federer match after he dropped the third set, a very emotional third set, came back and won in 4.
What's up in the crowd?
14-13.
To me, you can learn a lot from that return from Andy Murray. Takes the ball early, doesn't try to add pace, but because he's taken it so early, he can redirect the pace from Berdych 90 miles an hour on that second. But Murray hits a quick return down the line for a winner.
Murray did another one of those spinoramas. He'll have to wait and serve for the set in a couple of minutes here on Arthur Ashe. Andy Murray pretty much having his way here in the second set. Men's semifinal match.
Tie.
Berdych took the first set 7-5. Now Murray leads 5-2 and will be serving. We're almost 2 hours into this match. The wind continues to howl. The nightcap match, hopefully they'll be able to finish this. It's David Ferrer and Novak Djokovic. The women's final, scheduled for tonight, has been postponed because of incoming weather. Shares over.
Wristbands. I see a bunch of stuff. Racket back. Did you see the racket back? Yeah.
Now this will tell you, the wind is blowing from, we're looking at the court the same way you are. The wind is blowing from our back towards Tomas Berdych. That blew things to the right. Look at that.
Look at the racket back. That's Andy Murray's racket back is out. And he's got, 7, 8 rackets in there. Shoes, clothes.
Olympic medal.
Very heavy. If he had it in there, there's no way. That thing's heavy. Wasn't that medal like the biggest medal in the history of the games? Like they made it?
I think it was,
Yeah.
It was the biggest. Hit stayed in, and then Berdych hit it out. I loved listening yesterday to the Bryan brothers talk about how
15
much the Olympic gold medal meant to them and how they carry it in their bag.
To this day, they pulled it out.
And take it out all the time and take pictures with people. I just think that's so awesome. We always hear about people say, it's in a safety deposit box, it's, wherever. And they've got it in their bag.
I remember Federer winning here a few years ago. One of his, 72 U.S. Open titles he's won. And after the trophy presentation and everything, and then you go into the locker room and stuff, and so there's this hallway that you're sitting in, and Roger comes out to see his family and friends and everything like that, and he has his bag, and tournament director comes up, Jim Curley, who used to run this tournament. Well, it settles down, that they start talking amongst each other and everything like that, and Jim comes up and says to Roger, great tournament, thank you so much for coming out, and has an envelope for him, right? Just discreet envelope. Now, I know what's in that envelope because I played, and when you're done with the tournament, you get an envelope. And with that U.S. Open Series bonus, it was like $2.5 million, and he just takes, thank you very much, just puts in his bag and just sets the bag down, and he's just talking to everybody. I'm looking. There's $2.5 million in a check sitting right there.
Nell's blowing on the court. Actually, not blowing on the court, just flying by. Set point for Andy Murray, a couple of them actually. One more to come.
40-30.
Andy keeps looking at his back and like stretching it out, and, like twisting and torquing. At this point of the season, they've really added that fifth major, which is the Olympic Games. So much talk about the wear and tear on the elite players that are playing deep into the draws every week.
Second set.
Murray takes the game and the second set. This match has a while to go. 1-1.
Start the third set here, and there's Sean Connery, the original James Bond, a Scot, right there, watching his fellow Scotsman Andy Murray, who won the second set 6-2 after dropping the first 7-5. The Czech-born Thomas Berdych, 2 hours and 5 minutes in.
I just went outside to get a feel for the wind, and it is really unbelievable.
Yeah, more than a feel for the wind, you got a assault.
I mean, it calms for a moment and then.
And normally when you play a match, the wind is coming consistently from one end, and you can play firmly into the wind, and with the wind you play with a lot of topspin to bring the ball back down. It's so gusty, it's so inconsistent. Now if you're Thomas Berdych, you have got to be very careful right here. Love 30, you've already dropped the second set. You got off to a very slow start in the second, and then Murray just ran away with the set. He can't feel the ball. He just can't gauge it right now, and it's amazing. You think after you win the first set 7-5 in a close set, you feel pretty good about yourself and get some momentum. It's almost like it didn't even happen. Murray just kind of woke up. Okay, it's the play. 6-2. Now it's triple break point. Time to play now.
Game, Murray.
Everything long, and Berdych is broken.
First game.
Great way for Andy Murray to begin the third set.
And what the stats won't tell you were the real big defining moments early on. 71% first serves in. Berdych came down on his first serve percentage. But look at the double faults. 3 double faults. Costly. No break points opportunities. No break point at all for Berdych in that second set. And look at the winners for Murray. 13 winners to 6. Berdych has got to start getting on his toes, moving his feet better, bringing up his energy. He's got to get in the fight now. He can't afford to continue to miss-hit shots while Murray is playing at a much more efficient pace.
Correction, defense service.
Way out. No challenge.
Off. That's enough.
Can't get anything good to happen.
40 love. Yeah, Murray.
Wow, that was quick.
Murray leads 2 games to love.
Now Berdych needs to get back to serving into the corner, put some pace on it. His fastest serve so far has been 133. Back to driving those ground strokes nice and deep. Maybe come to the net a few times. Oh, that, do you see that? That was bizarre. He went after that. That ball just, the wind took it and it came down to almost like his nose, like nose level. He just swung at it like a fly swatter. See, if you get to the net, it just, you can really attack it because you're so close to the net. It's a conservative shot because the volley's really a block shot, a redirect. You take your opponent's pace and you redirect it. In these windy conditions, the less you swing, the shorter your back swing and all that, it's just the more efficient you can be, effective you can be. And Berdych is a big dude. Get up there with his big size and wingspan.
Tatilov. Let first service. (30-15).
I think one of the more effective things that's happened in this match is Andy Murray lowering his toss.
You saw that early on in the match. And Berdych really hasn't done that. Look at that. It's a sky toss. I mean, it is way up there.
All.
30 all.
There's your combination. Big serve, big second shot.
40-30.
Berdych gave himself a lot of room there. A big target in the middle of the box. Good body serve on a windy day is always extremely productive.
Murray gets there.
Berdych has the right tactic, but notice he gives up on the point. He sticks this volley, thinks it's away, and he just stands there, and Murray breaks to his left, anticipates the cross-court reply. What an athlete. I mean, seriously, be able to handle that shot with a one-hand backhand. Normally he's a two-hand backhand player. And just stabs at it.
It's out now. Chance to go up 2 breaks in the third set.
Dennis Murray.
Very similar to the second set, but a sense of urgency now from Berdych. More animated, more frustrated. Berdych needs another gear. Can he count on a little bit more pace on his serve? He's trying to serve and volley there. Out of nowhere, throws a serve and volley play, but misses the first serve.
Murray's got it all working right now. Up 2 service breaks, and they like that in his box. 3-love third set.
Murray leads. Murray leads. 3 games to love. Third set.
The winds are gusting here in New York City, and so is Andy Murray. 6-2 in the second set. Up a couple of breaks here. 3-love in the third.
Tie.
Now Murray to serve.
Now, if you're Burditch, all you're trying to do is somehow lift your energy, start hitting the ball with a little bit more pace and direction. Not be so general with it. Now's the time to really take a few more chances and really expand your game. You're down double break in this third set. You're a set apiece, but he hasn't played well since the beginning of the second set. Take that back. The end of the first set, Murray really took control of this match at the beginning
15 love.
of the second set and hasn't really looked back since. I think Burditch needs Andy Murray to put his hat back on. Have the wind disrupt this match once again. That was unbelievable.
So he's had a net cord, and that weird shot that jumped about 2 feet to the right when it landed. Well, you have to figure a guy from Scotland knows a thing or two about wind, right?
Now he puts a sick amount of underspin on this. Look at this, how he slashes underneath the ball here. And that gives it that funny bounce on the other side. Does it again. And it works. It absolutely works. He puts. Remember, he's got a 2-break lead here, so he's able to take a little bit more risk. Look at the amount of slice he puts on that ball and how it bounces funny. And Burditch can't handle it.
That's way long, and it's a love game for Andy Murray.
Murray leads. 4 games.
Now, those are exhibition shots. Those, you know what I mean? Those little cut, weird, is where you see. And when we're just absolutely messing around on the court. But Murray's actually using it to throw Burditch off.
And it's working.
Enough.
There's always something fascinating about watching sports in bad weather, football in the snow.
Covered so many sports through the years. The most difficult conditions you've ever seen at a sporting event. You've done winter games, you've done summer games, sports.
I'm going to say the cold in Lillehammer. But it was supposed to be cold.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
30-15.
I think the toughest conditions of a game, I wasn't there, but was a New England Patriots football playoff game where they had to plow the lines
Against
every
the
few
Dolphins?
minutes.
Was that the one?
I think it was the Raiders.
Yeah. Tom Brady
I
played
think
in
that,
one?
yeah.
Yeah. 40-15.
I think Burdich needs to do some good things before this set is over.
I think he's been really offensive and effective when he moves forward. He looks better when he's moving forward. His timing is so off right now.
Berdych.
So he's
New
on the
ball
board
speed.
in the third set. Murray will be serving up
Murray
4-1
leads
here
four
in New
games to
York.
one. Third set.
This men's semifinal has hit a little bit of a lull in the action department.
Chai.
Andy Murray and Tomas Burdich a set apiece. Murray having his way so far in this third set 4-1. And we'll find out now if that last service game by Burdich was the beginning of something or not. Looking at the weather radar right now, and I can tell why they're canceling tonight's women's final. Something very large headed our way.
Correction. Replace the point.
Oh boy. Burdich didn't like that. That's what it looked like from up here, though.
Low toss has really been a nice
15 up.
adjustment throughout this match for Andy Murray. That serve only 106 miles an hour, but he gets it in. It's deep in the box. He's been going to a lot of practice tosses. He's serving into the sun on this side.
Andy Murray won that point is unbelievable. What was that one shot? It was a really weird one.
30 love.
The speed of Murray really has been a massive factor in this match. Like right there, he was able to get that one more ball back, and there's Burdich trying to get to the net, but it's just outside of his range where he can control it, and now in trouble here. Deep trouble, down 4-1 and 30 love on the Murray serve.
Still able to get off a pretty big serve. It's a point away from going up 5-1.
Murray.
Well, so much for that Berdych service game leading to something.
Murray leads.
It was all Murray
5-2.
and a 5-1 lead in the third.
Now, I know they canceled the women's final for tonight, but if I'm Azarenka, I'm really kind of bummed out. Because if I'm playing Serena Williams, if I have this mess, all this wind and, you know, all this disruption, this may help her kind of throw, it would help maybe throw off Serena Williams' power, her timing. I mean, Serena is on
15
such a roll right now, feeling her game, just hammering her opponents.
Yeah, but whatever could happen to Serena could happen to Victoria too, right?
But you want that extra element to deal with it. To me, when I'm playing someone with a lot of power and a lot of confidence, let's give me one more weapon. And the weather can be such a major, can wreak such havoc.
Well, the one thing we've seen is that
That's
there
enough.
are external factors that at times can get to Serena. But they're not going to play.
09, she's playing Kim Clijsters. And then a foot fault is called on her late in the match, and she kind of goes crazy. Doesn't play in 2010. 2011, last year, playing Stosur in the finals, just gets kind of unglued with a couple of close calls and getting after the getting after the chair umpire. Berdych comes completely off of his two-hand backhand, is just flailing at the ball now.
Murray's been spot on with that.
That's yours.
That backhand pass is just money right now. He's been going down the line with it recently. He has the ability to flick it cross court with a lot of topspin.
Chance for the set now. A listless Tomas Berdych in this set. He didn't have much in the second set either. Talked about how when he played Roger Federer, he had really nothing to lose. It was the match no one expected. So he could play free and easy. Today, if you're vulnerable mentally, you've got a big, huge built-in excuse, don't you?
Well, it doesn't work. That template doesn't work. Or mindset doesn't work because you can't play free and easy here. It's calculated. It's conservative. It's close to the vest. It's one of these things where you've got to be very patient. And your shot selection has to be perfect. Your temperament, absorbing all the tough bounces. And
Lead for service.
you just walk off this court, no matter if you win or lose, did you survive it? The survivor wins here. And Murray's doing a better job of that right now.
Advantage, Murray.
Murray's gone to a lot of off-speed stuff.
Yes.
We saw him slashing at some of his backhands to create this funny side spin, underspin. But he's got such a big lead right now over the last 2 sets. It gives him so much more leeway, a longer leash to try these different shots. And I just wonder when Berdych is just going to blow up and just be fed up with the whole thing. I mean, you get to a semifinal of the U.S. Open, and this is your moment, and this is what happens with the wind and the elements. And
advantage Murray.
on his 40th unforced error of the match, Al, Berdych is now serving at set point down.
Yes.
Murray's only hit 17 unforced errors for the entire match. 2 in this set.
Berdych comes to life a little bit. Again, something good happening as he's coming forward.
Yes.
Goes soft, 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 bang!
Advantage Murray.
Command of the tempo and pace of the rally. Here's a little chip forehand, and then he unleashes on this one a topspin drive.
Yes.
Neither player can put 2 together right now. Murray was running the show in that point.
Advantage Murray.
That's another set point. One thing that gets a lot of coverage on the internet are the wives and girlfriends. A lot of coverage.
game.
It's called
First
out.
set, Murray.
Andy Murray with another one of those spinoramas. It works again.
Kicked into one.
And he's got a 2-1 lead. 6-1 in the third.
Murray leads by 2-1.
Perhaps succumbing to the conditions, Tomas Berdych has offered little resistance in this match since winning the first set 7-5. What's your guess?
To me, he is yet to be effective with that first serve. What I mean by that is he's not getting enough unreturnable short replies. I understand it's going to be tough to hit aces, but
Take your
Murray
seat,
has
please.
really
Thank you.
returned well. And I truly believe Murray just playing better. He's just the better player in the last two sets.
To make matters worse, Murray gets a chance to keep things going starting here the fourth. No, that's just weird. I mean, that's a
15 up.
meatball serve.
79 miles an hour. Now, if you're Berdych, you have got to dig. You have got to find a way. You are up against it right now. Even if you used your power game down the center of the court, gave yourself a real big conservative target, at least you're able to hit out. He's not even hitting out anymore. He's just so unsure of where the ball's going to bounce and where it's going to be when he's trying to hit the ball. See, there's an example. Big down the middle, big
15-0.
target. Keep it simple.
Thirty 15.
Didn't move his feet on that one. He went to drive the ball, and he's really talking to himself now.
I'd love to know how many people have turned to the person next to them in this building today and said, "This guy beat Roger Federer?" Really? How did that happen exactly?
Forty 15.
These are the perfect conditions to play a big server and a big-time power player. The wind really working for Murray right now. Murray's only hit 17 unforced errors. Berdych has hit 44
14.
unforced errors in the entire match.
Yes. Yes.
If you're Berdych, you've got to be able to capitalize on this. First game of the fourth set. It's deuce. Can you take control of this early moment in this fourth set?
Advantage.
I mean, is
Murray.
Berdych giving you any indication that he's got fifth set on his mind?
I don't think he even can go that far. He's got to really micromanage from shot to shot. He can't feel his game right now. There isn't a shot he can rely on just to go in the court.
Again, Murray. First game. Fourth set.
Murray holds, and the one thing that he did in the second and third set was almost instantly break Tomas Berdych, and if that happens now...
Djokovic, warm up, buddy.
Yeah,
You better
ready.
get the engine running.
Get ready. This weather
Love
is
15.
coming rather quickly. Thinking is 5 o'clock, 5:30, something like that. And the U.S. Open would love it if this match ended quickly so that they could get the second semifinal going and maybe finished. Berdych right now is playing like he wants to help out the tournament.
Love 13.
The next match will not be filled with so many unforced errors. Look at the 46-18 unforced errors. Berdych just all over the map. You look at Ferrer against Djokovic. We're going to be out there. These two guys are going to grind.
$15-30.
15-30.
Thought earlier the wind might be dying down. That is not happening. Out. Double break point.
15-14.
Berdych just got to understand, this is his tournament right here. The tournament is really hanging in the balance for him right now if he doesn't step up. And there's a serve and volley play, a real gutsy call by Tomas Berdych.
13-14.
Coming in, sticking the volley, a big target, but he gets the overhead, and I'll tell you, you've got to be nervous if you're Berdych right here. That thing is ugly up there with the wind swirling around, but he converts it and wins the point. Moving forward once again, changing it up just enough. Critical points right here.
Yes.
He's moving forward to the net. The ground strokes aren't working, so you have got to go to plan B.
Well, the angle on that made it so tough. Back to deuce. Called good.
Murray is handling the ball on the left near side. Ball was calling.
And it was out by a hair. Good challenge by Andy Murray.
Advantage Murray. Yes.
How big was that volley from Berdych? I mean, he was so careful with this thing. He sticks it right down the line. Look at it. He punches it deep. And Murray almost makes that passing shot.
What's that move?
Oh, no.
Never quite seen that.
Advantage Murray. Yes.
He's almost 80% changeups now.
Yeah.
Andy Murray.
Yeah. The difference is Berdych is now taking those changeups and moving forward off of that. He's not staying in the baseline, on the baseline, just waiting for Murray, just kind of disrupt him, throw him off.
Advantage Murray. Yeah, Murray.
Finally, Murray prevails with yet another early service
Murray
break
leads 2 games to love.
to take a 2-love lead in the fourth. So a service break that may break the spirit of Tomas Berdych.
Now.
Just doesn't feel like the semifinal of the U.S. Open, does it?
They got off to a late start because of the rain. The first set was just kind of ugly. Murray then found that changeup we were talking about, you know, really just putting a lot of different spins and paces. Steadied the game.
30 love.
Listen to this. That's the 30th winner for Murray in the match. 18 unforced errors. On the other side, 27 winners for Berdych, 51 unforced errors.
And another one.
40 love.
See, to me, that's an unforced error. They count that as a forced error.
That one?
Yeah, they didn't.
Who forced it?
40-50.
I count that as a forced error. Deep return.
Game Murray.
Andy Murray's not even hitting the ball very hard right now.
Murray leads.
And it's 3
games
love
to none.
in the
Fourth
fourth
set.
set. Almost 3 hours in. Bad weather approaching. Another semifinal to play. The women's final has already been postponed until tomorrow.
Time.
We're still waiting on the schedule, and the wind continues to howl.
So maybe this microphone is the problem.
Is singer-songwriter Paul Simon here at the U.S. Open. We saw Sean Connery earlier. Now let's see if Berdych has anything left at all. He has been a shadow of a presence in this match.
Not moving his feet.
Love 15.
Clearly not confident in his ground game. It's just really weird. By the end of the first set, he was starting to hit some pretty big shots. He forced Murray into some tough situations. Won that set 7-5. Now he can't find the court.
Oh, he's not competing.
Love 13.
And one of the things I tell my players that I coach, competing is more than just trying hard. You've got to put the ball in the court to be competitive. Now, if the other guy takes that and hits a winner on you, they're beating you. Okay, I get that. But don't beat yourself. Don't litter that stat sheet. That hole you're digging for yourself, put the shovel down and let's get out of the hole by putting the ball in play. And you see Berdych, beat a
15,
Roger Federer
13.
at the Olympics in Athens. Beat Roger Federer down 2-0 at Wimbledon a couple of years ago. And then you see him beat Roger Federer here. I mean, outplayed the man. The #1 player in the world. The guy with 17 major titles. And you look at Berdych and go, this could be your time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the other side of it. This side. That hit the grip.
15-14.
He's playing one good point, then 2 really shaky points.
But what you have to, you back off a little bit and you just try to find the strings. Put the ball in the middle of the court.
Yeah, but you're assuming he has any fight left. That's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing a player who has any fight left. Still a break point.
Murray challenging the core on the right service line. The ball was called in. Second service. Yes. Advantage Murray.
Then he flicks the forehand way out. I mean, a miss by a pro by 4 feet, that's like a bad miss. And considering the circumstances and how far off you are with your game, it really is shocking.
That serve was 15 feet long.
Serve and volley attempt throws Murray off.
Yes.
Serve 101 miles an hour, almost like a slow first serve.
Advantage Berdych. Game. Berdych.
Berdych holds
Murray leads.
with some
3
help.
games to 1.
That second serve approach, down break point, where Murray missed the return, didn't expect Berdych to be coming in. To serve a little bit quicker for a normal or average second serve at 101 miles an hour really was the pivotal shot and tactic to get Berdych out of that jam.
Low 50.
Berdych comes to life a little bit here. A couple of spirited shots. Love 30.
Low 30.
Wow.
Low 40.
Now that's the type of play that really put Roger Federer in the previous round out of the tournament in the quarterfinals. Those slashing ground strokes, those big booming shots. Those are confidence shots. Those are shots you absolutely have to believe in when you're hitting them. You just target where you're going and then go for it.
15-14.
Now, whenever
30-14.
Berdych gets into that cat and mouse game with Murray, you just know he's going to lose it. You know, when they start changing up the paces and, you know, spins and placement, Berdych has really scored when he's played the power ball game, when he's really stepped up and taken those kind of change-ups and really unleashed a lot of pace and power.
This is Murray's chance to square things here.
Game. Berdych.
Berdych breaks Andy Murray's serve. Now it's Murray who's got to wake up
Murray
a little bit.
leads
3-2, fourth set.
Fourth set.
This men's semifinal has taken an odd turn. Thomas Berdych was nowhere to be found. All of a sudden he struggles to hold serve. Didn't look like he was interested. And then Andy Murray started missing shots, and there he is breaking Andy Murray's serve. So now he'll serve 2-3 in the fourth set, down 2 sets to 1.
There's life. Remember where he's coming from. The way he finished out the last game with a powerful
15
forehand, and now he's getting to the net, feeling more comfortable, sticking these volleys through the court. And now Andy Murray's got to be starting to think, okay, I've got to get outside of my comfort zone. Let's hit a few more bigger, you know, a few more power shots, some depth on this, maybe attack Berdych. Whenever someone's being effective against you moving forward, you've got to push back by tactically moving forward. Get to the net first.
You know, we've talked about it. I would give anything to see Ivan Lendl stand up, put his two hands together and say, timeout. And walk down to the court and talk to Andy Murray and say, okay, enough of the change-ups. Let's hit the ball.
Murray challenged the call on the left center service line. Ball was going in.
It's the only major sport, you know, boxing has their guys in the corner. You know, the golfer's got the caddy. I mean,
Tachilov.
I'm with you. You don't have to convince me.
Murray has 2 challenges remaining.
Ball was in.
to be able to hear those exchanges and those adjustments would just be fascinating. Just dig inside of that match just a little bit closer.
I hear the wind is still howling.
What's up? Say again. 40 love.
And just in the blink of an eye, Berdych is.
What that?
It's bizarre.
Game. Berdych.
Berdych is on a roll now. He's won 3
3
straight.
games old.
Now the serve goes back to Andy Murray, who seems totally flat all of a sudden. He's not hitting the ball. Remember, this is the dream, the quest, a lifelong ambition. Not only get to a Grand Slam final, but win it. And in the most crucial time the match is left to turn.
That was really dangerous. If Berdych makes
15
that
up.
shot, wins that point, it puts a lot of pressure on Murray. Remember, Murray, for the basic last set, 2 sets and a half, 6-2, 6-1, 3 love.
Love.
30 love.
It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. This match has a little bit to go yet. And the bad weather is right on the New Jersey-Pennsylvania border. And it's pretty serious looking. How that second semifinal works into the schedule is going to be very, very tricky.
They took a chance by holding it and not moving it to Louis Armstrong to play it at the same time. And I think it's going to bite them.
Well, the one thing that they could do is look at the weather and say it's not going to last all night. And maybe play the match after. Much after. Ooh, very unique looking shot there.
The second serve was big. It's
40-15.
103 miles an hour. But it was right in the wheelhouse. And he explodes. Again, this is where Berdych is at his best, when he's hitting through the court.
Game. Murray.
So Murray yells at himself, come on. That
New ball
seems to be the
speed.
hot buzzword these days.
Murray
4-3,
leads
his lead in the
4-3,
fourth set.
Fourth set.
Andy Murray holds. Let's check out some of the numbers. Unforced errors, off the charts.
Tie.
Break points, not too many. And when Berdych has come in, there's been some success. It's part of the reason why he was able to get himself out of quote-unquote slump. But Andy Murray's so close now, he's got to be able to feel it.
I just think Berdych has a renewed sense of confidence right now, if he really truly believes and has seen, as he goes to new tennis balls now, that means his serve will be more effective, his power game will be more effective, the ball will lose some speed after even a few games with the velocity in which these players play.
It's a wet spot on the court that's being wiped up.
Thank you. Thank you.
spotted that, but Berdych to serve.
That's where he's going. Just power right through the situation. Get yourself out of this jam
15 out.
by hitting out with a lot of spin on that forehand, a big whip. Watch how he comes across this ball right here. See how he explodes through? It's not tentative at all. That thing's got speed moving through the court.
A year ago, Andy Murray slaps that racket to the court. Instead of just thinking about it.
Berdych is playing better right now. He's playing better than Andy Murray. Andy Murray is hoping that he can back himself across the finish line.
Luke, I'm sitting here and I'd love to know your thought on this. Did Berdych fight his way back into this match, or did Murray let him get back into this match?
Combination.
Right?
I truly believe a combination. Now, Murray's strength is not in the way he punches through his opponents, how he counter punches. Here's a good example. Watch how this shot is redirected. You know, it didn't have a lot of pace, but it had a very good direction on it. He takes it early. He constantly wants the other side to kind of hit themselves into an error. And in lies really the one flaw with Andy Murray. He doesn't have a massive serve to go to or a massive forehand. He has to use a bunch of different shots and tactics to do it. At Wimbledon in the Olympics, he served phenomenal against Roger Federer. You know, he really had some 130s, 138s, but it's abnormal. So if you're Berdych, he's going to, Murray's going to give you an opportunity to get back into this match, and he has. But Berdych truly has. He could have lost it a number of times.
Berdych challenge the call on the left baseline. Ball was calling.
So this was called good. Berdych played it into the net. Maybe it was a skipper off the line. And
40-30. Berdych had 2 challenges remaining.
It's funny, if you looked at that, he wasn't looking to see the ball when it landed.
That's a confident shot. That's the 2-shot combination. The serve only 86, but with a lot of top spin, a lot of bounce on that ball. He gets the short reply, and a confident shot in this wind is your ability to drive through the ball with confidence into the corner gets the winner. He has fought himself back, and for a while we both thought he had lost his fight.
Absolutely.
lost the backhand from
15
about
up.
2 sets ago. You know, he just kind of guides it, and he gets stuck in that just kind of pushing mindset with Murray, and that's where Murray wants him.
Berdych has 2 backhand winners the entire match.
That's enough. That's 15.
Guided it again. I don't know why he's coming off of that play.
He's hit so many balls
40,
long
15.
today, it's unbelievable. And now it's a chance for Andy Murray to get this to 5-4 and then maybe thinking about breaking Berdych's serve to win the match. I'm sure the USTA would greatly appreciate a scenario like that.
About 25 minutes ago, they came
40,
in, and I've
30.
never heard this before. Expect a walk-on for the next match. 3 minutes after this match.
Which is ridiculously
Yeah,
quick.
I mean, there's not going to be an interview. They just shuffle them off and bring the next act out.
Thanks, guys.
Really enjoyed it. Here's your parting gift.
Again, Murray.
So Murray holds.
Murray leads.
And now
5
it's
games to 4.
5-4 Andy
Offset.
Murray in the 4th set. Andy Murray and Tomas
Tie.
Berdych took a while to get used to the conditions. It was very windy. The jets were flying overhead. There was rain this morning. They started late. The ball was taking some weird bounces. Tosses were difficult. And it was a very competitive, tight set that Tomas Berdych wound up winning 7-5. But then, and it literally was one of those flip-a-switch affairs. First game of the 2nd set. Service break, and Andy Murray was on his way. Now Berdych comes alive in the 4th set, out of nowhere, really. And he's serving 4-5.
That's a confident shot. That ball hangs up there forever. Remember, when that ball's coming up,
15
you're
up.
going through just loads and rows of fans, and then you get to the big screen at the top with the wind. Considering the situation, the score. The level hasn't been this high the entire match from both players at the same time.
15-0.
3 hours and 33 minutes into this thing. It's the power player versus the counter puncher. See how he doesn't hit that hard, he just redirects the pace. Just gets Berdych out of position. And the last thing you want if you're Andy Murray is to get into a one-set for-it-all situation with this big hitter from the Czech Republic. lock in.
Two hot-looking backhands from Andy Murray.
15-30.
Just imagine the physics of that ball landing in. The spin, it's very interesting. 15-30. Second time Andy Murray doesn't come close to putting that lob where it needs to be.
30.
And there's Burditch. Where is he winning his points? Moving forward. Get to the net. Now, if you're Murray, you've got to push back. Get to the net yourself. You're good around the net. You got soft hands.
Can you get the hat? The other side? Thank you.
The ball boys are on active duty today.
Where's the Burditch? Up the net.
40-30.
His serve is alive. His game is
Yeah,
alive.
very
This
true.
match is suddenly alive. 5
games
all
all.
in the fourth. This set was 3-love Andy Murray, and
A break point.
Burditch had nothing.
He had a second serve, 101 miles an hour. He came in behind it to serve and volley. Murray hesitated, missed the return. And now we're just knotted at 5 apiece. Burditch keeps on with the winning game,
15 up.
moving forward, driving the ball through the court, looking for the short ball.
So this is the update we just got. Upon conclusion of the match, there will be no encore
Touch it up.
interview, no 3 balls into the stands, and no interview before the match. Ferrer and Djokovic will be out here in 3 minutes. That's how much you know the weather is coming.
And those two guys, Ferrer and Djokovic, on the hot seat right now. Just if this thing goes 5, then they've got to recalibrate. Do I eat? Do I rest? What do I stretch?
40
Do
love.
I hit again? Not to mention, this weather system coming in. It's got to be on the back of their minds right now.
Yeah, and this baby's not a maiden. This is the hammer of Thor.
Come on.
Yes. Game. Murray.
So,
Murray leads 16-5. Fourth set.
See if Burditch can force a tiebreak. Well, here we go. Does Tomas Burditch have what it takes to force a tiebreak and maybe a fifth set? It was almost an unthinkable thought not too long ago. Andy Murray held his serve. After two dominant sets, another tight one. Burditch's serve. That became a weapon again. Wing really took that toss.
That's a lot of confidence right there after two bad tosses.
15 up.
Throw it up and hit that serve. Now he came way down on the pace to 106, but he got it in. He got the ball he wanted. Now we're in a ball game right now. I mean, Burditch is really back with his power game.
$15 all. $30-15.
Top of the chair on
40-15.
fire. We're a point away from a tiebreak.
Burditch playing with much more quicker tempo. You can just see the confidence in his game. He's not second guessing himself. He's not mishitting shots.
You know, it's as if when it was 3-love in this set, someone came down and yelled at him. And it worked, which obviously didn't happen. Finally, it falls.
$40-30.
Thought that was a winner. That had to become it.
Game.
Massive ace
Burditch.
out wide, 123 going away from the radar gun.
6 against all. Fourth set.
We haven't had many aces in this match. Only 4 for Burditch and 5 for Murray, and we do go to the tiebreak.
Murray has hit only 19 unforced errors the entire match. Burditch 59, but it doesn't matter right now because right now it is a sprint to 7 points. The first to get to 7 to win by 2 wins the fourth set. Burditch has got the game right now. He's got the momentum. He
That's
also,
good.
remember now, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I should be out of here. Like, I
1-0.
was out of this match.
Berdych.
I have nothing. It's again, house money.
Yeah.
House money. You said that before he stepped on the court against Federer. This guy is playing that way again. And there's nothing Murray really has to stop it because it is so big. Federer couldn't stop it.
Andy Murray's got a major problem here.
The ball was dropping with topspin. The wind took it, and
2-0.
Berdych honestly just
Berdych.
flailed at it. The ball almost hit him in the nose. Watch this. And he makes the winner down the line. This match is coming down to the way Berdych hits the ball. Murray's now playing on Berdych's terms.
And an ace.
Murray challenging the court on the right center service line. Ball was calling.
How massive is this? That's an ace. That's 3-0.
You know, Luke, I go back to that
3-0.
point of the match
Berdych.
when Andy Murray
Murray
started
has
hitting all
2
the
chances
stuff, the change-ups, the junk sort of. And I just wonder if he lost what I don't know, rhythm, something.
That's a good cut from Berdych. And a survival
3-1.
shot from Murray.
Berdych.
79 miles an hour with the second serve. Sets it up for Berdych, and Berdych takes a home run cut, a big kill shot cut, and misses it.
Let the service. Berdych.
Murray is as agitated as he has been the entire match. Slammed the ball to the ground. Not supposed to let it come down to a weird bounce off the net cord. That's 4-2 Berdych.
4-2. Berdych.
Because it's a swirling wind, nobody really has an advantage. It's not coming consistently from one way to another, so it's going all over the place. So if you're Berdych, you make sure you're on your toes. This is a massive point for you. Semifinals, U.S. Open.
Let. Replace the point. Berdych.
has this guy been?
5-2. Berdych.
He is a freight train of confidence right now. Look at that leverage, the height, the strength. And now Murray truly needs some help, and he knows that he just can't catch a break. And weighing on him is that basically he should be in the locker room right now. A 2-1 lead, 3-0 with break points to take a 4-love lead here in this fourth. Now he's down 5-2 in the break.
5-3, Berdych.
Once again, Murray goes to the backhand for a shot he can believe in. But no matter what, Tomas Berdych is going to serve for the set. Okay, Tomas Berdych, take us where we didn't think we were headed.
Does Berdych truly believe in his game? Does he believe in the formula that got him in this position? Moving forward, big serving, attacking the net. We've seen some serve and volley, we've seen some approach shots and coming in, but he's winning his points by moving forward.
Such a big shot. Now Andy Murray is alive again.
5-0.
Murray played him so deep too. Unreal return, but it doesn't become a point for Andy Murray.
You see the volley for the winner, but it was really the approach that did all the damage. He gets the short reply, and look at this approach. It's smart. It's not low percentage. It's very conservative, but he uses his big frame, and Murray just cannot believe it.
Murray doesn't win this, the match goes to a fifth set. Six all.
Just a gutsy approach. Look how close that's right on the line, and then to go behind his opponent who's breaking to the open court.
Up on 4 hours in this match. Feels pretty dramatic right now, but there was a long stretch of this match with no drama. Berdych hits it long.
Berdych challenges the corner, right baseline. Ball was called out.
What do you think?
He's out. He just got underneath this ball. It sailed. It was a slice approach shot, and so a slice will float just enough.
7-6.
Well,
Murray.
So now Andy Murray
has 2 challenges.
has a match point on his record.
when you face any more
7-0.
pressure and hits this massive serve, 119 out wide, to keep him alive in this championship.
Was measuring, really measuring. Careful, careful, careful.
8-7, Murray.
Now Murray serves to reach his second U.S. Open final. 2008 did not go his way. We've got a review on match point.
Andy.
Again, set the match. Murray. 3-2-1, 5-7, 6-1, 6-2, 7-6.
There you go. A 7-6 tiebreak decides this one. Almost 4 hours.